Welcome into the Week 1 recap, first one of the year. As always, we will start with redraft. Scoop to Delinquent 1-0 defeats Leftist Tears 0-1, 99.38 to 95.2. Despite the Dolphins' defense dropping an abysmal negative 5.16 points, Scoop to Delinquent squeaks by Leftist Tears. It wasn't without intrigue, though, as it took all four quarters of Monday Night Football to determine a winner. Garrett Wilson's early candidacy for Catch of the Year, specifically in the end zone, propels Scoop to Delinquent over the hump with time ticking down. This is Scoop's 10th win over Leftist Tears all time in the 18 games played between the rivals. Gumpy Glizzies 1-0 defeats Nico's League 0-1, 154.34 to 83.2. Gumpy Glizzies 1-0 defeats Nico's League 0-1, 154.34 to 83.2. Gumpy Glizzies thoroughly dominates Nico's League in the season opener. Most of that was done on the back of Tyreek Hill with 215 yards, 9 first downs, and 2 touchdowns to the air. Tyreek's 39.44 fantasy points surpasses T. Higgins' total as the Bengals wideout shockingly lays a goose egg 0 after finishing top 20 in his position last season. This is only Gumpy Glizzy's 4th win all-time over Nico's League, but it is by far the largest winning margin from either team in their 12 total matchups. Bills Mafia 1-0 defeats Washington Rednecks 0-1, 137.8 to 117.52. Despite Aaron Rodgers going down to injury before recording any fantasy points, Bills Mafia still pulls off the win over the Washington Rednecks. Solid performances across the board get them across the line, but most importantly from rookie QB Anthony Richardson, who scored more than both of Washington Rednecks' quarterbacks combined. In the 15 all-time games played between these two, this is only Bills Mafia's 3rd win over the Rednecks. No pun intended, 1-0 defeats the Stoners 0-1, 127.44 to 114.04. Joe Burrow and Drake London disappoint heavily for the Stoners, leaving the door wide open for no pun intended, who seizes the opportunity. Tony Pollard finds the end zone twice in the win. No pun intended remains unbeaten against the Stoners, with their only other matchup going MPI's way in Week 7 of last year. Steel Curtain 1-0 defeats the Red Carpets 0-1, 109.36 to 92.74. The defending champions are back and off to a hot start. First overall pick, Justin Jefferson posts 19.3 fantasy points, even without finding the end zone. Steel Curtain takes the victory, bringing the win streak to 3 games after the semifinals and championship victory just 8 months ago. Our Week 2 redraft power rankings, starting from the bottom, moving down 1 spot from the pre-draft power rankings, the Stoners. At number 9, moving down 1 spot, Nico's League. At number 8, moving down 4 spots, the Red Carpets. At number 7, staying put, no pun intended. At number 6, moving up 3 spots, Steel Curtain. At number 5, moving down 4 spots, the Washington Rednecks. At number 4, moving down 2 spots, Leftist Tears. At number 3, moving up 3 spots, Bills Mafia. At number 2, moving up 3 spots, Scoop to Delinquent. And holding our number 1 spot for Week 2, moving up 3 spots to get there, Gumpy Glizzies. Our Week 2 game of the week is Gumpy Glizzies 1-0 versus Bills Mafia 1-0. Bills Mafia looks strong, but without Aaron Rodgers, can they overcome the two-headed monster of Hill and Waddle? We'll find out in Week 2. All right, let's move into Dynasty. Prestige Worldwide 1-0 defeats the Scoop Empire 0-1, 114.6 to 96.38. Prestige Worldwide makes an early statement, beating the Scoop Empire despite a poor showing from the quarterbacks. It wouldn't matter, though, as Tyreek Hill boasts a whopping 38-point total to secure a 17.62-point win for Prestige Worldwide. Come Dynasty 1-0 defeats I Am They 0-1, 101.88 to 92.08. With only 9.8 points to make up and Aaron Rodgers to go on Monday Night Football, I Am They seem to have their season opening win nearly locked up. That was until the worst imaginable scenario occurred, and Aaron Rodgers tears his Achilles just 4 snaps into his New York Jets career. I Am They loses the game, but that pales in comparison to the impact that losing Rodgers will have on the team. With 1 injury 4 plays into the game, I Am They is now in full rebuild mode. Cumber Dynasty 1-0 defeats Nico's Dream Team 0-1, 113.42 to 93.08. Cumber Dynasty comes out firing after finishing last just a year ago, beating Nico's Dream Team in the season opener. This is an extremely good sign for a strong team as they cruise to victory despite Joe Burrow's catastrophe in Cleveland, Dallas Goedert's goose egg, and Josh Allen's measly 10.74 points. First overall pick Bijan Robinson looks like the real deal, and Cumber Dynasty is firmly the favorite for what would be their second title. Senior Raccoon 74 1-0 defeats Stratton Oakmont Inc. 0-1, 137.58 to 96.96. Senior Raccoon 74 posts the highest score of the week, downing rival Stratton Oakmont Inc. Tua Tagovailoa leads the team to victory with an impressive 466 yards to the air, including 23 first downs and 3 touchdowns. Stratton Oakmont Inc. will look to bounce back next week in what should be an intriguing matchup against the Scoop Empire. Our Week 2 Dynasty Power Rankings, starting from the bottom at number 8, I Am They. At number 7, Nico's Dream Team. At number 6, Prestige Worldwide. At number 5, Stratton Oakmont Inc. At number 4, The Scoop Empire. At number 3, Gump Dynasty. At number 2, Senior Raccoon 74. And in the number 1 spot is Cumber Dynasty. Our Week 2 Dynasty Game of the Week is Senior Raccoon 74 1-0 versus Gump Dynasty 1-0. Gump Dynasty will be without J.K. Dobbins, so we will see if the reigning champs can step it up against one of the best teams in the league. Alright, little new segment for the Idol League. So anyone that was listening to the previous two don't need to listen anymore, but for the Idol League, E Savages wins a decisive Week 1 game, bouncing back from the beer mile last year. Chad's Personal Shop Vac tops Bucknuts, with their defense and kicker combining for over 36.5% of their 150.26 point total. Show Them TDs wins a revenge game against reigning champions Red Riders. The United States Postal Service wins on a crazy Monday Night Football walk-off. With only overtime to play and down 3 points, the Jets defense takes a punt to the house and tips the fantasy scales. And the Fudge Packers run away with an easy win over influence driving. Week 2 Idol League Power Rankings. Starting at the bottom at number 10, Death. At number 9, Influence Driving. At number 8, United States Postal Service. At number 7, Red Riders. At number 6, Fudge Packers. At number 5, Chad's Personal Shop Bag. At number 4, Slower Ponies. At number 3, E Savages. At number 2, Bucknuts. And occupying the number 1 spot is Show Them TDs. And our Week 2 Game of the Week is E Savages 1-0 versus Bucknuts 0-1. For those in the Idol League, please do not change your name or logo or abbreviation or anything like that, because it'll mess with the PDF report. But you can go to the link posted in the chat for the weekly PDF report. And that will do it for the Week 1 recap. We will see you guys next week.